Hello to my Cancers. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Cancers. All right, let's get right into it. This reading is going to be for Sunday, August 31st through the 7th of September. Hopefully everybody's having a great weekend. Get outside and get some sunlight if you can, wherever you are. All right, let's go. All right, you all roll 4th house, Cancers. 4th house describes, our home and a place of safety and retreat, both literally and metaphorically. So it's the crucible of family and the container of lineage and ancestry, contributing to our sense of heritage. And so we're moving into September. Uranus is about to go retrograde on September 6th, I believe. So that would put us back at 5 planets that are retrograde. And that's important to note because that's the full card. So that's the beginning of a major life change. That would have said, okay, Saturn, you feel fulfilled. So you feel like you can close out a cycle, right? No matter how foolish people try to make you feel, you close out a cycle in love and move on. You're embarking on a brand new journey. So the World card is fulfillment. So that would have said you fulfilled whatever you needed to fulfill. No matter how foolish people try to make you seem, you've broken some kind of cycle, chain, and curse. You're moving on to this next phase, right? So stop dating people that represent your shadow self. You've healed. Yeah, you've healed. So yeah, there we go. All right, find out what your zodiac sign is in your 4th house. Let's go. So I'm gonna channel your energy. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you feel like it's not your energy, please send out love and light prayers to people who may be at a low frequency, and it could be hard for some people to break cycles or detach from energies who they feel like they haven't been nurtured in those spaces in their personal or their professional life. It's not as easy as people think it is. Because some people could be waiting for other people, just like a chain reaction. Some people could literally be waiting for other people to detach. And they're like, no, I'm just waiting on, such and such. So, all right. So here we have the 4 of Pentacles here. You're trying to be conservative with your time. So 4 of Pentacles. I'm going to put this out here like this. So hopefully you can see everything. Ace of Cups. So you got some good news coming in. You got some good news coming in, so you need to stay focused. Here we have the 9 of Cups here. You get some real good news coming in. So you really, really need to double down and stay focused. A lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. Because the seed has already been planted, right? And so the seed's been watered. The seed was planted in you. So this is really at this point, you have to stay strong in prayer. That's why you're being conservative with your time. This is where you're thinking smart, working smart, and not hard. 3 of Cups. Right? Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. That's right. You're staying focused. All right. And this year of 9. People are going to think that you're running away from something. People are going to think you're running away from love. So I'm going to shine a light on that and help bring you back to focus, right? Take only what resonates with you. A lot of people have this Knight of Swords in common, where people think you're running away from something because of how you're talking about going out and getting some fresh air, right? So again, you're just trying to be conservative with your time, and prayer is helping you to be conservative with your time. Basically, somebody's saying, you know what, I'm giving it to God. I'm trusting God. I'm going on about my day. I'm being conservative with my time. I trust God. Higher power, source, whoever your higher power is, right? Yeah. So you got something new coming across your path that you're protecting. It could be new love that you prayed for. It could be person, place, or thing. Let's put it that way. So you have already made a decision as far as family, ancestry, foundation, private world, home life. You prayed about some things. You already pulled your birth chart, presumably. Some of you all have already pulled your birth chart. And I'm telling you, you are already in preparation mode. So this is where you may have said, let me give somebody an example, because the Ace of Cups could mean a whole lot of things. So let's say, for instance, you are praying for a baby, right? So I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not OBGYN, so, or a medical doctor. So, but you have heard that stress could harm that, right? So you're already saying, okay, I'm gonna pray about it, I'm gonna give it to source. I'm not going to be around people who are speaking negatively. I don't want that energy in my ear gate or eye gate. I don't even want to be around you're too old, you're too overweight, you're too this. I don't want to hear all of that. I'm going to go to a professional. Somebody who can give me some facts on something, right? So that's where I'm going, right? That's where you're going. Here we have the Eight of Cups here, right? I'm going to somebody, this is where you're getting structure to it, right? And you're going to somebody who is not going to feel like they have the answers for something that you know, that you feel is right? So this is where somebody is saying, you're going to someone who is compassionate. You're very compassionate sign. You know what you feel. You know when people are compassionate and when they're not compassionate. You know when people are mirroring compassion versus people who are genuinely compassionate. So that's where you're going. So here we have the Nine of Cups here. Nine of Cups, right? So when you're talking about death, there's the Eight of Cups here, right? And you go step into somebody's office, because we're talking about eight. Death could mean the death of a job, death of a romantic relationship, death of an end of a cycle. Let's just put it that way. End of a cycle. And you're trying to keep something close to you, right? You are going to talk to energies that's going to help you to heal, not energy that's going to keep you in a cycle for money. We're going to keep talking about the same thing over and over and over and over again. Okay. I'm not sure how this is healing me, right? Emotionally, you hit the jackpot, okay? Right? Here we have Seven of Pentacles here. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So, and this is going to be edited here. So you'll know that you've hit the jackpot when people don't want to keep trauma bonding, keeping you in that space, whether they're professional, whether they've gone through something. They're not going to keep going over the same stuff over and over and over again, right? They're trying to help you. They're coming with some solutions. Here we have the Seven of Pentacles here, because the seed was already planted, and some people have been benefiting from you going over the same thing over and over and over again, right? Over and over and over again. So this is how somebody is now choosing their people in their personal and their professional lives, right? So for instance, you may have a friend, if you're experiencing the end of something, end of a job, end of a, let me say life cycle. So let's say you have loved ones that have transitioned. And so you're going to talk to some energies who have experienced the same thing, but they were able to move on from it. They understand the emotion of, grief and all those things, and just being able to move beyond that and heal and take good memories with them and those kind of things. Not have somebody just keep, y'all get the point, right? Some people are just doing some things for money, and that's what's been discovered looking at your cards here. Here we have the Queen of Cups, right? So you're learning how to pour into yourselves. Learning how to pour into yourselves, right? And so you're grateful that something is behind you. Here's the Three of Cups here. And there's three energies you're moving on from, because something having to do with a younger person who has been an open book, who is giving you some ideas, is letting you know, hey, some energies, when it came down to it, they just turned their backs on somebody. These three energies just turn their backs on somebody, and they feel like they just wanted to run away. Where's the compassion? None. Just zero compassion, right? They try to talk to somebody by being an open book. You think you go to somebody, you open up. You're trying to be an open book. Somebody just turned their back. Three energies just turn their backs. Where's the compassion? None. So what somebody is starting to see here, the shadow side is somebody cares more about competing than treating people like they're like they're a human being. They care more about competing. That's all they care about. They just care about competing. I want to physically hold on to this. I want to physically hold on to that. They care about the physical appearance of how something looks. So they don't care what they're creating. They don't care if they're creating a monster. If it looks like they're holding on to something. They can hold on to a house, a car, or whatever, just for physical appearance. And this is what this is. That's why you're taking it to God. Let whoever this is box with God, for real. Let their arms are too short to box with God. Let them box with God. While you go out and get some fresh air. Because this is what people are saying you're doing. You're running away from something. No, you don't run away from love. You love source. You already made the connection. So no. You're no longer dating people who represent your shadow self. So they can always come across looking like the savior, and you're the one that's bolting out of the door, tears jumping out of your face, like you're not running away from anything. So this is what I'm seeing growing for you. Something about your compassion was somehow lost in translation. And quiet as it's kept for whoever you are, this 7 and 4 here, we're starting back at 7, right? This year 9, this energy, whoever this energy is, right, who thought they were being conservative with their time by creating something, right, is now, y'all know in the movies where people kind of like hit a rewind button and people are like walking backwards. This energy is kind of wishing they could walk it backwards now, right? Because the energy felt like, okay, they may not have used the word conservative with their time, but they wish they could roll back the hands of time. It's almost like a person who, if you're a man or woman, it doesn't really matter. Somebody almost feels like you were too much of a sweetheart. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been somebody that you dated or somebody that you were in a relationship with, because seed for them was planted very early on. And it's almost like hearing a love interest saying, gosh, you know what, if I had known back then. And sometimes y'all even hear celebrities say it online. A lot of people had this in common. I wish I had known back then, but I was so busy focused on my money. I wish, in hindsight, I had somebody like that, somebody who, just, I could have been living a softer life. This person genuinely cared about me. They really loved me, but I had to get out here and all I could focus on was money, money, money. And I had somebody right there to really protect my interest, protect my heart, right? So some of you all have some energies now coming back, I'm trying to tell y'all, who really was like, man, now that they really have some time to sit down and analyze this thing, they really want to come back. Whoever you are, they really want to come back, because now people are realizing, if you were an employer, they're saying like, oh my God, I really wish I can go back and work for cancer. If you were a love interest, oh my God. People praying on my money, right? The polarity to 7 is 4. So instead of I'm around people that's praying for me, they taking all my money away from me. Every time I make some money, they taking money. With they working for you. They sitting back, chilling, relaxing, feet kicked up. They could work, if they were getting paid for 40 hours a week, guess what? They may have worked 2-3 hours and still was getting a 40-hour paycheck. So treating you like you weren't the King of Swords. Like literally trying to treat you like you just didn't have a brain in your head. You just have a big heart. Now y'all see why I keep selling Cancers are sweethearts. Look, Now they're going through a nightmare because you ended it. You was like, nah, okay, you know what? So anyway, this is where you recall your energy. Here's the 7 of Swords here. You just recall your energy. Close out the cycle, recall your energy. Here's the 3 of Wands, because you're expanding now. Here's the 3 of Wands here. And that's not what you wouldn't pray that on your worst enemy. Like, I feel like what I'm picking up here in your reading here is that is not your heart towards people in general. It's not. Whoever you are, high vibrating Cancers, right? So a high vibrating Cancer is someone who is compassionate, intuitive, and also very protective. So if they were they were your employees, if you were a manager and they working in your department, now they are working for who they feel like is the devil. They're like, oh my God, where anybody got Cancer's number? People scrambling through drawers. They picking up ketchup and salt and pepper packets. They can't find your number. Funny, people can't find your number. You already moved on. Because what the heck, right? So 3 of Wands here. You're expanding. People, like, if they dated you, they ran right into their karma. They dated you. They like, oh my God, I got to roll over and look at this energy. I'm waking up arguing. With you, it was cool, calm, collected. You wasn't bothering anybody. You rolled over, you got up, did your work. You was working from home, wasn't bothering anybody, quiet. I mean, yeah. So anyway, Page of Wands, but they got the message now. Somebody got the message loud and clear. Yeah, 2 of Swords. Somebody was blindsided. Somebody got a message, they were blindsided. Yeah, here's a 9 of Wands here, but you're not coming back. And that's not you holding a grudge. This is you knowing your worth and your value. So you're in the year of 9. That's it, 2025. You're in the year of 9. Because something blindsided you too. Something blindsided you too. Just something about their fire actually blindsided you. You're just like, oh, wow. Oh, okay. Yeah. So again, you're not, something about your shadow self. You leaving all of that in the past. Somebody did not, whoever it's in your personal, your professional life, but something about your, like I said, if they worked with you or worked for you, that's all I can pick up in your readings. Like, some people are starting to regret, that, and that's not what you wish for people. You just know your worth. So. Here we have new love awaits for somebody. So congratulations to you. You have new love coming in. It's time to heal your wounded warrior. That's your Chiron, CH, and it's currently retrograde, by the way. So it's time to expand your brand, whoever you are. Congratulations to you. Somebody regrets lying to you about something. So only you know what somebody lied to you about. But anyway, open your vault door. Yeah, and sacral chakra cleanse. So treat yourselves to a spa day. And then let go and let God. And so you made a positive impact on them. The energy that I'm picking up for you all Cancers is some people really miss you. So you are protected and loved. Schedule a vacation. The spy is now turned on. Document your day, document your